Hey on the mic family, welcome back. Today I have a blockbuster episode for anyone who follows trade, exports, or is just curious why India keeps popping up in global trade headlines. I am talking about tariff moves and trade deals that are actually favoring Indian business right now. You will hear 10 jaw dropping facts, real numbers that you can check, and a clear sense of where exporters should look next. If you want more episodes like this, hit subscribe and ring the bell because we are diving deep and keeping it super practical. Let's begin with the background and then shift into the big facts. Before we do so, as always, let's go Jai Ganesha and continue further. So, coming back to the topic, first, why tariffs matter, how India's trade map has shifted, and then what that means for us. So, if we just put the question into perspective, why tariffs matter for exporters? Tariffs, that is, duties charged on imports, shape the competitiveness basically. When tariffs go down, exporters gain an edge. So, when they go up again, exporters lose. It's like supply and demand situation. For India, the global environment is changing rapidly. So, the opportunities are real. So we have Vijay with us. Vijay, any inputs, any you may share your views on this, please.
Jai Ganesha to all your viewers and subscribers. I just wanted to take a step back and say that see, everything is an opportunity, as we have been discussing in our last videos as well, that Indian exporters have taken alternative routes to ensure that their business is in the successful. If you look at the recent numbers, our export numbers have gone up, and as Chakri was rightly pointing out, like they looked out alternative markets, which was only possible because we were put on spot, and they took a wise decision, and they have found out the right markets, and they are traveling in the right direction. Over to you.
Well, tonight I would like to touch base on 10 main facts that has shaped up the Indian tariff scenario or dynamics over the last couple of months. So the first fact I would like to put is India's trade pact with the European Free Trade Association, EFTA bloc, opens major tariff relief. So EFTA offers tariff cuts of about 92.2% of its tariff lines, covering about 99.6% of India's exports. So that's one fact. And the second fact being goods like textiles, leather and food products are explicitly named beneficiaries under the EFTA project, EFTA pact. Any inputs that you would like to add?
Here, I don't want to add anything, but here, like the Indian government actually did something wonderful. It's like one shot, two birds.
Right.
Earlier, the entire European market was dependent on Chinese imports. Now we are actually replacing China. So in a way, like we are dealing with China, we are hitting them hard on the economic front as well.
Right. All right. Going further with fact 3, India's merchandise exports rose by about 6.7% year on year as of September of this year to USD $36.38 billion, while shipments to the US fell from 11.93 to USD 5.46 billion. So that's a steep fall, I would say. And coming to the fact 4, the points, the stats that I just mentioned, they are available in the public domain. So viewers can cross check and validate and get back to us. And we are, like I said, we are open to correcting ourselves if there is any correction is needed.
And just to add what Shakti has been saying, see, like now it's an open world, and we have a lot of data where people can look into it and learn from it, and we are looking into lot of different sources and trying to gather the information and putting across in a very easy formatable way, so that like everyone can kind of understand what are the hot geopolitics dealing about on a day-to-day basis, so that like everyone is aware of what is happening. and we can also take good decisions in terms of rating our government and seeing like how the governance is being done by the government and how they are taking care of us like the citizens of India.
Right.
So these are all the facts that we have gathered, and it is very open, and it's an open source these days, like everything is available. Please do go check and do let us know your feedback. If there is anything that you want us to kind of present it in a better way, or you want it in a different format, we are open for that.
Certainly, Vijay. Yeah. Moving on, let me just present the fact 4 that certain sectors, such as marine product exports to the US, have dropped by 26.9%, while those to China, Vietnam, Thailand, so on and so forth, rose above 60%. Again, a steep rise from in these Southeast Asian countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now coming to fact 5, textile, gems and jewelry exports are growing enormously strongly in non-US markets like UAE, Vietnam, Belgium and Saudi. Any points that you would want to add, Vijay? Yeah?
No, I think we have been saying this in our last
Right.
2-3 discussions as well,
We
that
have covered a couple of touch base on these topics.
but we are actually today
Revealing more on that.
coming with the data which is available already in the public sources.
Right.
This is what we are saying, like everyone should take whenever they are put on spot, or like they face a trouble, we have to kind of turn that into an opportunity.
Right.
So rightly our Indian exporters and our Indian government has turned the trouble into an opportunity. Now we are exploring that. Let's assume, I'll put an hypothetical scenario. Let's assume tomorrow we strike a trade deal with USA, and let's assume the tariffs have come down. Our exports will go up because we already have an alternative markets, and we already have an existing US market, so which actually says that our exports will improve by 10 to 15%. So one, in this scenario you are developing an alternative. Two, you are repairing your relationship with US. Then it's like a profit for us because you are going back to your traditional market.
Right. So adding on to this point, this is one particular live scenario where you don't invest in one single basket, but you have diversified into various baskets, and being part of the larger game at a global stage.
Yes.
So now moving on to the fact 6. The EFTA pact came into effect from 1st of October this year, 2025, marking India's first free trade agreement with 4 developed European nations, which was not the case until before that. So moving on to fact 7. Small and medium exporters are able to pivot quickly for new markets, capturing gains from tariff shifts, meaning that this agility is strategic advantage in many ways. So let me just from yeah.
No,
You can probably put or try and give some examples as far as garment clusters.
I think with regards to garments, I think our main competitors are Bangladesh, Vietnam, and
Right.
Philippines to a certain extent. Thanks to US, the deep state, they have completely spoiled Bangladesh and their entire business.
Right.
So that is actually helping us to push our exports.
Right.
That turned into an opportunity. The obstacle that came in was US tariffs, because they don't want our garments to kind of flow freely in the US market because of the tariffs. So we quickly found out an alternative routes in Europe in terms of Russia. Russia came forward to pick up this garments also from India.
Right.
I think these are all when we think what is actually government doing and all, but I think there's a lot going in, and when our government is saying that we are preparing for a vision 2047 and we wanted to become the second largest economy in the
Right,
world,
right.
so they don't kind of look into the scenarios, and we are not reactive. Like if we are able to route our exports or route our business so fast, I think government would have realized, like when Trump administration has come for the second time, they were already expecting all these things.
Right.
They were just waiting for the opportunity, and for the world it looks like we are reactive, but I think the war room planning has been done at least 12 to 14 months ahead of Trump coming into picture.
Right, and I would say the reactive mindset has started, the tide has started shifting its direction from reactive to proactive.
I think definitely. I think this government is done wonderfully, especially in
Certainly,
terms
it has
of
done commendable
in
developments.
terms of international relations. Definitely, they have
Certainly,
done.
certainly.
And see, definitely, we are from our point of view. We are not saying that it's like a 10 out of 10, but definitely 6 to 7 out of 10. There are definitely improvement areas where we could have done more aggressively. Yeah, I think. See, we learn as we go, and the government is also learning as they go, and I believe they are also taking the necessary steps, and definitely by 2047, what our Prime Minister is dreaming as Vikasit Bharat, I think we should definitely get into that zone.
Certainly, because what do you call is okay. I'll just add on to add that point in the meanwhile.
In the meanwhile, that's fine.
Right.
Uh,
So, moving on to the fact 8, it's not just the tariffs alone, it's rules of origin, then compliance, supply chain eligibility matter as well. So, if our goods now qualify under the FTA, you unlock the benefit basically.
yeah. Seriously.
So, certainly, yeah, go ahead.
And one thing, like, see, the overall fundamental logic, like why India is kind of a shining, or why India is very, very lucrative across the world, is that we have got a 140 crore population. In that 140 crore population, we have what do you say, the young kids, like 28 to 30 age group. We are
Younger
having
generation.
the younger generation. We have like 30 to 45%, which anywhere in the world we don't find that set of a segment. It's only available in India. So even if US or a UK or a European Union or Australia, China, if someone is setting up their business in India,
Right.
they are definitely, I'm saying, on a, see, now the world runs in agile mode, or agile market mode,
Right.
which is like a minimum viable product. Even if they set up something, the minimum viability for them is 25 to 30% of the produce what they do, they get consumed it in India itself. They need not even worry that, like, whether they can export, they have to face the tariff and all. That's one thing that India is driving very, very hard, saying that, boss, like, you come and do, you partner with us, like you have a huge market within India, for you to kind of sell your products. That's the first thing. Second thing, we are also as we speak, I think if you look at the current administration, which is there like close to 13 to 14 years now, they are working towards Atmanirbharta Bharat and Make in India. So Make in India, when they started, they kind of made a lot of fun. Like, we know, like, we could not get enough data whether what we are doing, what is the Make in India project,
All these
about.
initiatives were
All
blocked,
these
basically.
they were like slowly kind of seeding it up, and now we can actually see the result. I think Modi, after the SCO summit, when he has returned back, I think he launched the first semiconductor, and they are giving lot of focus on semiconductors, because that was the industry we were heavily dependent on China importing, or like we are dependent on US,
Taiwan
but now
also.
Taiwan, and now we are actually started. And if you look at recently, Prime Minister, I mean, I should not say single out, but the Indian government has put in like 1 lakh crore funds. Audience, just control B, control U, or italics the word I am saying. It's 1 lakh crore funds as a startup capital, or like a research. Like, the government has given 1 lakh crore funds, like for the Gen Zs or the younger generations to start to do a lot of research work. Because earlier everyone were complaining that government was not giving that enough support. Otherwise, like, we would have also created something like a Facebook or something like an Amazon in India, because we never had that support. Now the government is giving 1 lakh crores. And next 5 years, I believe we are going to see lot of wonders. one such wonder without any government support, the product that which came into existence is Zoho.
Right.
So Zoho is one such product, and he's inspiring everyone. And Zoho is set up in a tier 2 city in Tamil Nadu,
Right.
and with a very very low cost, and he's hiring all the locals around that particular place.
Exactly.
So that has become a very very successful model. So there are multiple things government is doing, and that is the reason that we have been successful. See, if you look at the entire world post COVID, none of the economies have come out in a flying colors post
They strongly.
Everyone was struggling.
They have their own setbacks.
They have their own setbacks. No one have come out. Only country that has come out very brilliantly is India. Why? The efforts that we have done pre-COVID, we got the results now. The efforts now we are keeping. I think we will see the results in the coming years. Either it could be in terms of defense exports, other in terms of semiconductors, or in terms of coming up with new products, because the 1 lakh crore fund for in terms of research or for the support of startups is very very huge, and we could see wonderful things definitely happening in India.
Certainly, because see, this is the time in this current time and age. Innovation or innovative ways is the new mantra as far as the rising India is concerned. So I think in all likely possibility, the channels are open in a much faster and a very constructive way. And the points that I was just mentioning a little while ago was, if you look at the geopolitical framework, I think India has really opened a lot to all the like-minded countries, welcoming them with open arms. Because if you look those countries from their perspective, they have seen India as one big brother role, and they would see that they could partner with India when it comes to geopolitics, and when it comes to partner with India, grow for themselves and grow along with India.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't again, given contemporary times, I don't think that any country is that inclusive when it comes to the role that India is really maintaining and playing.
And one thing, like we ourselves declared as a leader of Global South,
Right.
and all the Global South countries are actually looking for us.
So true.
And again, I'm saying, like, Op Sindoor has given our position, made our position very very
It has
strong,
concreted it, it has cemented it.
and
for sure.
cemented it, and it kind of shook a lot of our neighbors, including China.
Of course.
See, prior to Op Sindoor, like, the Indian government was thinking like, okay, should we do this? Should the Chinese government will take it in a good sense or a bad sense? They were in a dilemma. Post Op Sindoor, I think now China is in a little set of, see, although they have not changed like the dog's tail, they have not changed their ways, or they are not mending their ways, but definitely there is a thought process in their mind, like, if we do this, how is India going to react?
Certainly, then there could be circumstantial reaction, or any provocation. Certainly, there would be a strong response.
Definitely.
It's no more the old India where we remain docile and we suffer in silence kind of a thing. No, I don't think that's the new India anymore.
Definitely. And one more thing, like, don't think that we are actually deviating away from the topic of tariffs or trade.
No, it's very much part of the conversation.
The results what you are seeing in front of in the front of trades, or to combat the tariff, this is all the background. Like, you have a strong base, that is the reason that you're getting a good result. We are talking about the strong base. Geopolitically, how India is would be our next topic, where we in like, I would not say like we'll not put in like a series of videos, but we'll put a 20 to 25 minute video on like what is the geopolitical condition of India, and how sweet neighbors we have got in place, despite like how we are kind of trying to move and combat everything. For tonight, like, we would like to conclude here, but on an overall tariff space, I think we have done very well, and the government has taken care, and the exporters have taken new routes, and at this moment we are doing well, and hope we will continue this progress. So what do you say?
Yeah. So if you like this content, please do a deep dive, hit that like button, and subscribe and share with your peers, friends, and with one of the exporters or entrepreneurs, you know. So I'm going to post the checklist in the description. Download it, use it, and you may act on it. So thanks for watching On The Mic. Let's build momentum together. Har Har Mahadev. Good night. Jai Hind.
Har Har Mahadev, good night, Jai Hind, signing off.
Signing off.